Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss about one problem called implement stack using queues. So we are given queues and we have to implement stack. As we know, implement a last in first out stack. Stack has a property of LIFO, and queue has a property of first in first out. So we have to make sure that we follow only first in first out and not last in first out property of that stack. We have to make use of FIFO property using queues only, and we have to implement the stack, right? So the implemented stack should support all the functions of a normal queue. Whatever we have it in a normal queue, the implemented stack should also perform the same. That is push operation, top operation, pop operation, and empty operation, right? And we are given a class and we have to perform these functionalities that are given to us, that is push, pop, top, and a check whether it is empty or not, if the stack is empty or not, right? So let's get into an example of let's say we are given a queue, or let's say we are given certain elements, and let's say we are given elements in such a way that we have to push it and pop it, right? So let's take one example as 1 4 5 7 or 9, let's say. So these are the elements. We'll insert some pop operations in between also to make sure how the pop also works. But let's say if we are inserting these many elements, so we have to insert elements, and this is our queue. Let's say this is our queue, and we only have the property of first in first out, right? Now first in first out means whatever insertion we have it from the back, and whatever deletion we have it from the front. Okay. Now this queue will act as a stack. That means we won't remove elements, we won't insert elements from the back. We can only insert elements from the top. So we have to make sure that I have a restriction here. Although this is a queue, but I have a restriction here that I can't insert it from the back, right? And that means this queue will act as a stack. Okay, act as a stack, and we can't insert elements from the from the back. The topmost element should always be the one which was inserted the last. Okay, so this particular queue should be a stack. I mean, this should follow all the properties of the stack. So in order to achieve that, we will take up a helper queue here. We will take up one more queue that will help us in achieving that. This is our helper queue. Okay, this is our helper queue, and this will help us in achieving that. So first time when we are inserting one, what we can do is we can take help of this queue, this helper queue, and we insert in the helper queue first. Okay, now we insert in the helper queue first, and so let's say one is inserted here. Okay, now since one is inserted here, we have to actually we have to insert in our main queue, right? Or in our main stack. Let's call it as stack because this implementation is of entirely stack, right? So we have to insert this in our stack. Okay, now what we can do is we can just we can pop out all the elements that are from this particular, and we insert this. So in a way that this means, since this is our first elements, we are just inserting here, and when we are inserting, one will be inserted here, and we pop it out from here. So we remove from here, and we insert it here. Okay, now this is gone actually. This would be more clear when we are inserting 4 here. So let's say we are inserting 4. What we do is we insert in our helper queue. So we insert 4 in our helper queue, and what we do here is we, until and unless we we pop out all the elements from this main queue and insert back in this helper queue. So since this is not empty for us, this is not empty, we already have one, and we want this 4 to be the top of it. So if we do it traditionally, what it will do is 4 will be inserted in the back, right? And the front would be pointing to 1 here. We don't want that. We want 4 to be the top, because this is our stack and 4 should be the top. Whenever we are removing, 4 should be the topmost element to be removed, right? So what we do is, until and unless this entire queue of elements is not empty, I mean this queue is not empty, what we do is we insert in our helper queue. So this will help us. Let's see how. So we remove from here, and we insert in our helper queue. So this will give us that. uh, so we insert here for 1 year, right? We popped it out from here and we insert it here. So we did like this, right? And what we do now, what we do next is we have to make it back to the main queue, right? This is not a, this is just for helping us. So we have to make sure that these elements are inserted back in the main queue. Now what we do is we just do the same thing here. We insert all those elements from the front of the this helper queue and we pop it out. So 4, I remove this 4 and I insert here. So 4 now is inserted here and I pop again from the helper queue and insert in my helper in the main queue. So now see, 4 is at the top, right? 4 is at the top. Now since after 1 4 came, 4 is the topmost element, right? So whenever we are popping out, we are removing from the front, and 4 is the topmost element also, right? So next time 5, when we are inserting, we do the same thing here. We insert first in our helper queue. So we insert 5 and we make sure that okay, we have it in the in our main queue as 4 and 1. What we do, we pop it out and insert in our helper queue. So that will help us is in a way that 4 is coming and then 1 is coming, and then after that when we are inserting in the main queue, it will be like 5 4 1. So the sequence is maintained here, right? 5 4 1. So next time, when if we want to pop it out, 5 is our topmost element, right? So this is the way it goes on and continues with the rest of the elements as well. I hope you understood this part. So we do the same thing here, what we discussed. Let's get to the code once. The flow is same what I discussed. I take up a queue that will act as our main stack, and what I do is I push those elements. So I maintain a helper queue. I i maintain a helper queue and insert the element, insert my element into the that helper queue. And what I do is I pop the element from my main queue and push it into the helper queue. So until and unless, like as I discussed, until and unless I have this not empty, I insert in the helper queue, right? I insert in the helper queue. So this is the part where I inserted in the helper queue after popping out from the main queue. And next time what I do is I insert back into the main queue. So what I do is this time I'm popping out from the helper queue and inserting back into the main queue. So this is how I have done. So making it the push operation as costly, right? Here what we are doing is we are each time uh, pushing it to the helper queue, then pushing it back to the main queue. So this is a costly operations, where it is taking up order of n times, right? Order of n times. And uh, so and making our pop much easier. So each time our pop is order of 1 only, because we just have to remove the topmost element or the frontmost element from the cube, right? So pop is very much straightforward. We just pop out the frontmost and we return the frontmost value, right? And the top is also the same. We just return the frontmost element without popping it out, because we just want to have the topmost element. And the empty is also straightforward. We just want to check if our main queue is empty or not. That is acting as our stack, if the stack is empty or not. Pretty straightforward. What we can do is one more thing is making the pop operation costly. So we can do the same thing by making this pop operation costly, or by making the pop operation to be order of n and making the push operation as order of 1. I leave it to you guys to implement that part. I hope that you will be able to do that, and I hope you understood the problem. If not, watch it again. Thank you.